So listen, if any of you guys are thinking about doing your own podcast, man, I highly recommend you use Anchor. Anchor.fm. It's free. You know what I mean? It's got all the tools and stuff you need to make your stuff sound spiffy. You know what I mean? It's seamless. It's user friendly. You can record it from your phone. You record it from your computer. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to be on Spotify or Apple Podcast or anything like that, it'll do it for you. You know, you can make some money. You know what I mean? Doing a sponsorship ad and just like something like this. And it's also free. So if you're interested in it, man, you can download the free Anchor app or you can go to anchor.fm. Good luck. Alrighty, folks. We back in the lab. We back in the studio. Captain's Log Podcast, episode 24. You just got me today. I couldn't leave y'all on stuck, man. You know, I wasn't gonna put nothing out. You know, I was out of town, and then the COVID numbers went up and shit. So I was like, man, maybe I just take this week off, man. Just kind of sit back and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Get some rest. But I was like, nah, that just wouldn't be fair to y'all. So I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just put some shit out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it like it's like in the beginning, the first couple episodes, like it's an IG story. So again, no name for the episode just yet. It'll be in the title by the time I'm done. But I'm just gonna be talking about what's just been going on the last couple weeks or week or so. For those who don't know, my anniversary just passed. You know what I'm saying? Clap it up. I swear I'm gonna get that soundboard soon, y'all, so I can just have that button. Me and the wife, married 6 years, been together 13 and some change. We decided to go to New Orleans. Somewhere the wife wanted to go for forever, probably since her 20s. Now, I will admit, it is, you can call it kind of selfish of us to, travel at a time like this. But, man, we've been in the house since March, man. You know what I'm saying? We've been in the house since fucking day zero. You know what I'm saying? Post-apocalypse, whatever you want to call it shit. So we really needed to get away. I mean, we took all the precautionary measures, man. We was masked up, social distance, all that. So, just tell you a little about the trip. So, paid for the trip a little while ago. We went through a good friend of the family, Janae Stroud, Let's Travel Mama. She booked the trip for us. We had a little hotel downtown, booked the flights, and we left. So we got there Sunday. Sundays was actually the anniversary day on the 15th. Flight was cool. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was sitting in between us. The flight I thought it was full. It wasn't really full. Nobody in between us, but they wasn't serving no drinks. You know what I'm saying? And we also had to wear our mask the whole time. So I was like, shit. Maybe I might need to just pull the mask to the side here and there to, catch me a little breather. But I literally got on that joint and went right to fucking sleep. So that was a win for me. So got to New Orleans probably in the afternoon. You know what I'm saying? The temp said it was like 80 degrees. So I'm like, fuck. We got a whole sweatsuit on. But I guess because they closer to the water, it's kind of windy down there. So it was actually a lot. They're 80 degrees and our Maryland 80 degrees. To me, it ain't the same. So got down the joint, you know what I'm saying? I was expecting the sun still to be up, you know what I'm saying? I think it's an hour back. And it was getting dark. About 5 o'clock, 5:30. By the time we got to the hotel, it was getting dark. So we get to the hotel, you know what I'm saying? The Moxie, downtown New Orleans. Lord, I won't do this shit again. So, come in the hotel, my first impression is like, why does it smell like this? So, it had like that cheap stripper smell, like that Brute Manigo for women, cologne perfume, you know what I'm saying? So, walk to the front desk, walk to the reception desk, which is the bar. So, once I see that, I already see, all right, well, I see what's going on here. It's like drink. So we go to the bar reception. We got our room keys. We go up to our room, open the door. We ain't got no fridge. We don't got no ironing board. Like, it's loud. The windows is jarred thin. It's like a fucking parking garage right across from the room. Niggas sitting in the car, probably chiefing. I'm like, damn, bro, like, you got to keep the blinds closed. If me and the wife in that joint getting real husband and wife like, they could be sitting, sitting in the car with some binoculars. So wasn't feeling that. You know what I mean? Had to go downstairs, you know what I'm saying, get the ironing board because they don't have them in the rooms. They actually had like an ironing board room on every other floor. So I'm like, my thing is, we supposed to be practicing social distance and all this other shit, but I'm supposed to go down to the 6th floor to use the same iron as everyone else on the floor. So I'm like, no, we're going to need our own fucking iron, bro. So, okay, boom, we drop all the shit. We change clothes. We're like, all right, let's go to Bourbon Street. So, you know what I'm saying? Not realizing we was really close to Canal Street and Bourbon Street, probably like maybe 3-4 blocks. So, you know what I mean? Amazingly, even though New Orleans is in like phase 3.3 and we only in phase 2 here, they wear masks in the street. Like, it ain't like us when originally we was just wearing masks when we went inside. If we was at a park or something like that, like we was just chilling. No, they wear their masks like the whole time. So I thought that was cool, you know what I mean? So we get on Canal Street. My first impression of Canal Street is like, you know what I mean? It was a lot of zombies out there, joint. A lot of panhandling, a lot of homeless, and a lot of druggies. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of like a strike 1 and 2 for me as far as my PTSD anxiety. So, sorry guys, it's coffee. I swear it's just coffee this time. So, we get on Bourbon Street. And granted, this is a Sunday, and it's kind of popping a little bit. So I'm like, damn, it's a lot of people out here. It's Sunday, you know what I'm saying? But then when I realized that Bourbon Street is like 15 to 20 blocks long, I was like, okay, well, maybe it's not that many people. So I'm really trying to figure out what we're going to eat. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I was just like amped up to walk out in public with a drink in my hand. So I pulled me a cup immediately, Basil Hayden. And, we started seeing like, all of these clubs, these bars, these restaurants. And like, of course, everybody's serving alcohol, but they literally have people outside of the restaurant like trying to like bait you to come in. Like, oh, come in here, come in here. Oh, free shots, come in here. So I'm just like, damn, so they're not charging anybody to go in none of these clubs. So they literally just making money off drinks. So I'm kind of thinking business is booming, but nah, it was really just in like that beginning section. So the strike 3 for me was, whenever I go to a different city, I'm always looking at the locals. And it was a lot of young dudes out there, you know what I mean, a lot of young adults. But the thing that was kind of triggering me was like, they was out there lurking. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't going to no clubs. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't going to no bars. I mean, some of them was out there drinking, but they mainly was out there lurking. Like, they literally be out there walking blocks, walking all through the French Quarter. French Quarter is just a big-ass grid. So it's just block, 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 this block, that block. And some of them streets are poorly lit. And it never fails. Whenever we walk past a poorly lit street, we would see 1 or 2 niggas that's either standing there or walking, hoodies on, down. So I'm like, so y'all just out here walking? Like, nah. They out there trying to catch somebody slipping. So once I seen that, I think it was safe to say that I was good on Bourbon Street. And bottom line is, I think if I was like 25 years old, maybe 10 years ago, I probably would have loved that shit. But to me, Bourbon Street was a bit much. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? It's like, we on vacation. We on vacation doing our thing, and it's like Bourbon Street is not intimate. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not intimate. It's not chill. It is what it is. It was chicks out there pulling their fucking titties out for Mardi Gras beads, and I'm like, damn, I mean, make a nigga buy you a drink or something. You know what I'm saying? This what y'all showing y'all bodies for out here? Wild as shit. So, went back to the room. You know what I mean? Called it a night. I think we was in there probably about, it was after 12 or 1 o'clock. So the next day, you know what I'm saying, we was like, all right, let's go do the tourist thing. Let's do some sightseeing. So we got on the little trolley, rail car joint, was sweet. We had breakfast first. Breakfast was okay. The wife had some French toast, which looked like fucking size 12 foot inserts. So I was like, yeah, you go ahead and knock yourself out. So, of course, she didn't eat that. And from there, we went and got on the rail car and was like, all right, well, let's go to the Museum of Art. So we get on that joint. It actually takes us out to them over the ground cemeteries, which I thought was crazy. Then we had to get back on another train, another trolley to go get out to the Museum of Art. Walked all the way out there, find out the joint's closed. Find out that a lot of shit is closed on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm guessing that it's just, that's their slow days. But we went out there, took some good pictures, took some pictures on the little Noya 300 joint. Almost got attacked by some geese. It was real good, real good. Very intimate, you know what I'm saying? Which is what I was aiming for. I was like, shit need to be intimate out here. You know what I mean? We spending intimate money. You know what I mean? So from there, we go get some food, go try another New Orleans dish. And it was okay. So at this point, I've pretty much had New Orleans. I've had seafood for 2 days. So I was like, yeah, I don't really want no more seafood. But everybody was like, man, you got to try the char-broiled oysters. So we were like, all right, cool. We're going to do that. But also, we went to a little spot, and I had some American food, and we was talking to the waitress, and she was from there. So we was trying to figure out, like, where's the spots at? You know what I'm saying? Where can we find a live performance? You know what I mean? So she like, oh, yeah, you can go to this spot, Big Bertha's, off whatever the hell. And she's like, if you want to party with our people type deal. I was like, okay. So we get G'd up, you know what I mean? Nightlife. Had a little cup. So we taking the Uber. And we, we headed to this place. But this shit was like off the reservation type deal. So we in the Uber for probably about 10 minutes. Usually the Uber ride was maybe 5 minutes or less, you know what I mean? So pull up to the spot. And I'm like, the joint was looking a little suspect, you know what I'm saying? Not to say I was scared or nothing. But I was like, I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm out of town. I'm amongst the locals, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, hey, Uber driver, just keep going. We're going to redirect, you know what I'm saying? So we tried to go to another spot that was on the other side of town. That joint was closed. Then we ended up going to Frenchman Street, which we heard Frenchman Street was more our speed. So we get there. As we pull up, we see it's a band playing. So I was like, oh, yeah, pull over. We good right here. So we go up in this place. I don't remember the restaurant, but it was outdoor seating, you know what I mean, social distance, all that. Go in the joint. We get a drink because we already ate. And it was this band playing. They called Champion Swag. And they was cranking. They was cranking big time. They was playing, you know what I mean? They had trombones, flutes, trumpets, bass guitar, regular guitar. And I thought it was cool because it was people of all shapes and sizes, and they was just playing. Like, it would literally be like a table full of people sitting down, and you would have this one band playing, and next thing you know, this whole table would get up. Everybody got drinks in their hand, and they would literally just grab an instrument from the people that were sitting there and just keep playing or play their segment. And they did this for probably about an hour, 2 hours. So I thought that was cool. Like, just some regular niggas in there, and they just really went in the joint and started going off. But the lady on the flute was going off. She was getting all the praise. She was sitting there, just legs crossed, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't really doing too much. And then when she picked that flute up, everybody started clapping. They were clapping before she even played. So she went off. And they had a lady, black lady, who was singing. She sang real good. But she was out there bullshitting, though. She out there singing, can we get some tips? Tip us, please. Tip us. Like, bitch, sing. What the hell? That bread will come if you sing. I feel like she should have sang a lot more. But I mean, that vibe, like that was the vibe of the whole trip for me. That was the vibe right there. So I was like, all right, checking the box for a live performance. You know what I'm saying? Good vibe, good ambience. Everybody was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was white, black people. It was everybody there. So that's what I was aiming for. So what else did we do after that? So we finally had the oysters, the charbroiled oysters. We went to the Acme Oyster House. Granted, I'm just saying these places, it's not in order at this point. I'm just saying what I remember. So we went to the charbroiled We went to the Acme Oyster House. We had the charbroiled oysters. I will tell you this: I have had oysters before. I had them raw. So for me, I was like, I kind of had to like saturate that shit in like either hot sauce or cocktail sauce. But them charbroiled oysters was banging. Like the best I ever had. I actually peak game with dude was making them. He had them joints on the grill, and he added some cheese and it was seasoning them joints real hard. And it was just like I probably could have ate like 50 of them shits, man. And they was real good. The wife, I got a video of her on my IG and Facebook. She was taste testing. She ended up spitting it out at first. But she ended up eating it though. But she didn't have the cheese on hers. And they was good. And I had the catfish. Like I had really had I had a lot of food. And it was actually our cheapest meal, but it was the most fulfilling, you know what I'm saying, for me. So that was a check in the box. We had a dude, a local New Orleans native. He said he had been doing this thing for like 37 years. Had made some little vicious sauce for us. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was straight. So was it last day? You know what I'm saying? We out and about. You know what I'm saying? We doing our thing. We having fun. We did a voodoo tour, which was fun. It was a lot of walking. Hey, look. It's a lot of walking when you're in New Orleans. I'm going to say that right now. I was told before we went, don't bring your good shoes and all that shit. Bring some shit comfortable. They was not lying. I wore my Vans probably the first 2 days. Absolutely not. We probably walked like 5 or 6 miles the first day. And it's like you don't really pay attention to it because once you kind of down in the French Quarter or Mid-City or Garden City, you're not paying attention because you're like, oh, let's go here. Oh, it's only 0.8 miles. Okay, well, let's go here. It's only 0.7 miles. Let's go here. It's only 0.9 miles. You're not even realizing you're just walking further and further and further away from your hotel room. So when it comes time to walk back, you know what I'm saying, your hotel room walk is like 30 minutes. So, of course, you know, us being old folks, you know, we got to go back midday, get that midday nap, you know what I'm saying, so we can recharge for the evening. But them last 2 days, we was taking Uber everywhere. We was taking Uber for spots that was only a mile away. I think the shortest Uber was like 0.5 or 6 miles. We took an Uber. It's like, I'm not walking. Sorry. So I guess you could just call us old. So one of the highlight tourist spots that we went to, it's called Studio B. Look it up. It's on IG. So we had just got finished doing this one thing called Jam Nola. It's like a bunch of rooms with all like the New Orleans history in there set up. It's pretty nice. So we went in here, and we just happened to see it across the street. I think it's like $10, $15 to go in. So it's a big warehouse, and it's all this artwork, graffiti, portraits, and shit like that. So a lot of that shit is highlighting, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, the injustice, police injustice, black injustice, all that shit, inequality. And it was mind-blowing. Like, I posted some photos on my Instagram. Check it out. I mean, mind-blowing photos, man. Like, I mean, they had the one police officer with the shotgun, and it was pointed at the black lady, and she had, like, a rose coming out of the joint. She had, like, tears running down her face. But when I say literally, the portrait was probably, like, 50 to 75 feet long. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. Spray painted, you know what I'm saying? And they had, like, a police car flipped over with, like, a couch on the top. They had a Driving While Black video game in that joint. I was like, yeah, it's a little powerful in this joint. You know what I'm saying? So we bought 2 little shirts, man. That was, if you ever go to New Orleans, I would definitely recommend you check that place out, man. It was crazy. We was kind of like the only people in there, but it was crazy. So to end that off, we went to Jack Rose restaurant. Shit was jolly expensive. Drinks was good. Well, they had this sweet Lil Wayne portrait in there. Like, they really fuck with Wayne down there. They really do. No, regardless of the person he is now, they fuck with him in New Orleans. Like, that's like their king or prince, whatever you want to call him. So we went to Jack Rose. We took the picture of the portrait, took a picture in front of the portrait. We got on the plane. And next morning, we got the fuck out of there. So that shit was fun, man. I really felt like, you know, for our marriage, man, it was much needed. You know, this COVID-19, man, it's like, ain't nobody's marriage perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? If you are having problems, you know what I'm saying, the COVID going to make it worse. So it was definitely very necessary for us to get away and kind of just get back to, you know what I'm saying, where we've been. But Marriage 2 episode is coming soon, so stand by. We'll be digging into that. So anyway, man, enough of that, man. I just want to talk about podcasting for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Been podcasting since June. And I would like to think that, shit's been pretty good. I've had some, overwhelming support, man. I've had some really, really cool guests coming here. Right now, see, I'm still in the mode where it's like my guests are people that I know. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm curious to like how it will be when I have like, like a random person who specializes in this or specializes in that coming. You know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to how I would be. I'm about to get some feedback from y'all on that. But so I'm in this Facebook group, man. It's called Podcast Movement Community. And for anyone who is thinking about podcasting, you know what I'm saying? Like, I highly recommend you look up this group. They're fucking great. They come in and I came in not knowing anything, and just like this is the only Facebook group that I've ever been in for for anything where people will come in and literally ask the same questions as yesterday. Sometimes the same questions in the same day, and people will just legitimately give good feedback. I don't think I have yet to see somebody say like, this fucking asshole asking about what platform again, what microphone again, what sound interface again. They don't do that. They literally just give you the information. You know what I'm saying? It was times where I kind of felt like, what the fuck am I doing? This shit, I feel like this shit might be kind of whack. I'm not hearing anything. And then I started looking at other people's stories in there, and it really just was like, yeah, you're not doing as bad as them. So let's get the fuck back on the saddle. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Podcast Movement Community. I think I'm going to upload this clip right here and put it in the group. So let's talk about the social media aspect. So right now, I had 2 Instagrams. I have my Twitter, and I have my 2 Facebooks. So I stopped fucking with the other Instagram page because for some odd reason, it was just a pain in the ass to upload. So if I wanted to upload just something to my regular page, I'd have to go in and switch it to make sure it don't go to my Captain's Log page, and vice versa. So I was like, all right, this is stupid. So I deleted the Captain's Log second page and just turned my regular Instagram into the Captain's Log page and made the page public. Doing too much, right? So now I'm kind of at the crossroads with the Facebook page, the Captain's Log podcast Facebook page, because I just feel like is it really serving a purpose? The only thing it's doing is annoying me because I'm getting notifications every day about, oh, you can promote your page more for $10 a day type deal. So it's just like all it's telling me to do is just pay for advertisements, pay for advertisement. It'll help, which I'm not doing. I did this shit a few times. It's almost like I pay for $1 per random person. So I think I'm going to delete that shit. I mean, to be honest, dog, I feel like Instagram and YouTube and Twitter, whenever I figure out the Twitter, will really be what will get me that interaction with you guys and my new, followers down the line. So I'm really just, I just feel like less is better. You know what I mean? The same way initially when I was like, oh, you can listen to me on here, or you can listen to me on here, and on here, and on here. And then I found Linktree when I'm like, yeah, you can listen to me on all platforms. Just click this link. And then the choice is yours. So I'm just thinking less is better. You know what I mean? I'm also just trying to figure out, how to keep putting out content but not like saturating it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever follow somebody who kind of doing something or got a business or trying to do something or want to be an influencer or a comedian or whatever, but they just posting too much shit, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be that guy. I actually think I don't post enough, but I also think I don't want to saturate it because I don't want to lose y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got a good amount of people. You know what I mean? I love all y'all. I want to keep you. But I also want to keep you entertained in between the entertainment. You know what I mean? I want to have some interlude for y'all. So that's something I'm still working on. But for the future, you know what I'm saying? I got 2 barbers that's supposed to come on. My buddy who's been cutting my hair for 7 years. And this man, you know what I'm saying? They've been cutting the hair with each other since they've been cutting. So I'm going to have them come in. I've got, I'm going to do marriage 2, me and the wife. I've got my buddy coming in with another one of his associates. We're going to talk gun violence. I've got Ill Intent Racing coming in soon. If they didn't know, they coming. I've got my other Team No Remorse members. I'd definitely like to get in, preferably the old bulls. Get them to come in so we can talk some shit. I definitely want to talk fashion and culture. You know what I'm saying, with the youngins and someone who's my age now. I think I got a good idea who I want to get for that. I definitely want to talk go-go. I really want to talk go-go, and it's like I want to talk with someone who was in the go-go's with me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely someone who was in there with me, and shit, maybe even a member from a band. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I get lucky. And last but not least, as far as planned out, I definitely want to talk post COVID-19. I'm talking, once we find a fucking cure for this shit, and everybody, is vaccinated, man, and we can get back to normal. I might even break a single T on that episode, man, because I'm waiting. I'm tired of this shit, man. You know what I mean? But I don't want to end the show on a bad note. Definitely want to continue to let y'all know that I appreciate everybody rolling with me, man, listening to me, subscribing, sharing the content. I'm going to keep pushing it, man. So stick with me, man. Episode 24, or whatever we're going to call it. All right? Captain out.